you know.
Now, I've heard different people use the term joining up to represent that, to where a horse comes to a point of really trusting you. And he respects you, but he's not terrified of you, because he knows that even though you're boss, you take the place of the herd boss, but you genuinely will watch out for them. He'll be safe with you. You'll take care of him, and there comes a point in that relationship where he's not just a craven servant, but he's actually trying to please you.
Right.
And talk a little bit about how that happens with a young colt that comes in, and how you get him to a point of building that camaraderie, that trusting relationship, or joining up with you.
Yeah, well, horses really want a leader, and they want a strong leader. They want a leader that will treat them fair. They want a leader that will discipline them. And when they don't get disciplined, they become insecure. And they want a leader that isn't a gray or vague about how they discipline or when they discipline. They want a leader that's consistent. I just like to get in here with them and, don't just catch them and put them to work, which normally I do, but I like my horses to like me. I want them to respect me, but I also want them to like me. But I like to just come in and find something they like, because I got things to offer that they don't do quite as good as I do. And you think they don't? Look at old Gray here. He says, "Oh, can I have some?" So, this is good stuff to me. It's just interaction. And, they know I got stuff to offer here. And of course, they're jealous sometimes. But I like this so much better than using feed. Because if I come in here with a bucket of grain, they're immediately going to start fighting over the grain. But if I just walk in here and start rubbing on them, they come respectfully. See, they're not fighting over it. They're not jealous. And they all like it. And see, looky here. I'll show you here. I can crawl right underneath him like this. And, you're pretty vulnerable here. But look here, see? Yeah, oh yeah, I know. And they wouldn't step on me for, love or money, or certainly wouldn't kick me. Look at him. He's coming in respectfully, but he's wanting some, see? Yeah, he says, "This is my spot right here." And they don't, find that spot very often. You don't really see them. They'll groom each other, but right in here where the bug's been working on them, oh man. And so the very same horses that you could not think about catching in a pasture unless you had grain, you can walk out in the pasture and they come up to you and they say, "Hey, can I get caught? Can I be the one today?" And, this is a relationship. It's respectful. Look at them. They're all gathered around. Nobody's being nasty, certainly not to me, but they're not running away. They're all willing to get caught. So when I want to catch a horse, I just walk in and catch one. It's not like I got to chase them around or run them into a corral or use a bribe. They're just ready to get caught. And the reason I say all this, because I've seen everything, that doesn't work.
Right.
And I've seen that what does work, and consistency works. Fair discipline works. Now, I don't mean abuse, and the horse knows the difference.
Sure.
A horse does not mind being disciplined if it's fair.
Right.
And if the punishment meets the crime, as long as he's warned. No, no horse likes to be smacked without warning.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
There's always a body language that goes before the crime.
Yeah.
So if a horse is going to commit a crime, which might be kick you, strike you, run over the top of you, whatever it might be, rear up, buck, there's always a sign in his body language. It might be a tightness in his body. It might be a stiffness in his tail, how his ears are, the look in his eye, things like that. You begin to learn to recognize. So you can always discipline and attitude before the action happens.
Okay.
And that's the key to a good leader. When the horse starts to get an attitude, you know what's coming next.
Right.
So why wait to get kicked?
Yeah.
You know he's going to kick you.
Yeah.
So, you pressure up and say, ah, and if that doesn't do any good, throw some dirt at him. I mean, shake a rope and spank him, whatever you got to do to get the attitude to change, and then you don't deal with the action.
Right.
And it's kind of nice not to get kicked or struck or
Sure.
run over. And you see the opposite in so many circumstances. Right next door, there's a whole herd of dude horses that, whenever they want to catch them, they can't go out and catch them. They have to have grain, and then the whole herd mobs them, and it's really dangerous because they'll fight over the grain. You take your life in your hands walking out in a herd of horses with a bucket of grain. And always what happens, the one you want to catch, he doesn't want to get caught, but all the others are mobbing you. You got to chase them away, which scares the horse that you're trying to catch. So it's a disaster, really, because it's not natural to take food to animals. But this is natural. See, look at him. See, this is natural. Just rubbing on them, grooming on them. They love it. But they're not fighting over you. And they appreciate it. This guy, he just, Freckles, 22 years old. But, he knows what I got to offer, and very seldom do I tell him no. Now, if he gets a little pushy, see here, how I do that? You guys move off here. You guys. Good. See, maybe Shorty here. But they're not offended by that. Now Rusty, he'll come in, see. Hey, buddy. And, they like to exchange breath. He does it a lot. But, growing up, they were my best friends. I just spent a lot of time like this with them, and I still do it. I love it. They're a lot easier to get along with than people.